Welcome back, Melissa here. We are out gathering up the rounds, throwing them in the Ranger, and Mike and I are going to get onto the Wolfe splitter, split them up, and he came out about 35 minutes ago. I really believe this is something that we can have done and split them up in less than an hour.
All that wood right there was from that one limb that we pulled down off that cherry tree the other day. I don't know if you saw that video. We had like a Widowmaker. It was hung up. And then I just used the RK-37 to bring it up here to the top of the hill. It's real steep down there below. And not a really good place to do any cutting. Everything rolls away from you.
Yeah.
And you know what else? You were out here when I was using the Grapple. I use that Grapple to pick it up off the ground. You don't have to bend over. And plus, Melissa does all the heavy lifting. I can cut like 5 pieces of wood and she has the whole Ranger loaded.
You know what? I'm faster than you, so.
Yeah, you are.
I have things to do. I'm going to show you this. So what, did the tree get bruised? Did it grow?
No, I think that was another limb that came out at one time.
Oh, okay. But this was shaped like a heart.
Oh, how nice.
Yep.
Our anniversary's coming up.
No, it's not.
In February.
Well, I mean, it's not like around the corner.
All right, we'll go over and split this up. Won't take long at all.
Okay.
She's letting me go first for some reason. Must be a trick. I said it must be a trick. Couple big long beards there. See them? Obviously a couple of shakes and 2 long beards, it looks like. Okay, so if you've been watching our channel for a while, you've seen this splitter before. This is the Wolfe Ridge Compact Commercial, and the point of this video is this. I left the house about 45 minutes ago. Yeah. Went out, drug that log up to the top of the hill, we cut it up, and now we're going to come down and split it. And what I'm trying to show here is how this splitter literally takes splitting like out of the equation. You don't even think about splitting wood, it's so fast. You know, we may have an hour total in this evening, and about 10 minutes, not even that, less than 10 minutes is going to be actually splitting wood. And I'll set my stopwatch and show you, but we'll fire this thing up, and then when I talk a little bit more about this and how you guys, if you want to see one working, how you'll be able to do that here next weekend. Yeah,
it's kind of like the oven. You know, you spend more time shopping and prepping and, you know, all this to make dinner.
Yeah.
And you don't need to worry about, does the oven work?
Right, right.
It's Old Faithful.
It's just unbelievably fast. Now this wood in the back of the Ranger right now, I'll zoom in on it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not real big. I'm just using the 4-way wedge on it, but we'll have this split in what, Melissa? 6-7 minutes, if that?
Yeah.
It won't take long at all.
At least.
So we'll fire it up, get started. 5 minutes and 13 seconds.
Really?
And I moved the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, like 4.5 minutes probably. You could easily split that load of wood.
That's incredible.
It's unbelievable.
Nice.
So yeah, 5 minutes and 13 seconds. Now I've mentioned several times before, you know, this setup right here is definitely not for everybody. You know, if you're cutting and splitting 4 or 5 cords a year, you don't have a need for something like this. But if you go through a lot of wood, maybe you have family members that burn wood, you know, you could all go in on one, something like that. Or definitely if you sell firewood. Now a lot of people have commented in the past, they said I should just get a processor instead of all this setup right here. Firewood processor would be really nice, probably more so though for the guys out west. This is just my opinion. They've got those long straight firewood poles, you know what I mean? And if you had a good supply of those, a good source of firewood poles where you could specify, you know, I need all 15" and minus or something like that, and their long straight poles are relatively straight, a processor probably would be the way to go. But here in the east, you know, we get all the wood off of our property primarily, and neighbors and things like that. And especially with the sawmill now, you know, those nice straight pieces, they go to the sawmill, everything else goes to this. And a lot of the firewood processors, they've got limitations on, you know, diameter, length, all that kind of stuff. So I think this is the perfect setup for us. And I mean, you could easily, I don't even know how much wood you could split with this thing. That was 5 minutes. You know, I don't know how many cord we've done so far. We're about to do a whole bunch more. We're gonna get all that wood from over at Cliff's.
Yeah.
I think what I'll do, a lot of guys have been asking about that. We got a big pile of wood over there. And I'll probably put the new dump trailer behind the RK55. Go over there and just cut it all up right there. Load that dump trailer up. And then back that dump trailer right next to the splitter and split off of it. I think that would probably be the best way to do it. The other thing, there's so many, you know, you think firewood is so simple. You know what I mean? It's just so easy. You're just cutting wood and you burn it. But if you read through the comments on all of our firewood videos, everybody has a different idea how you should do it and difference of opinions. And I think we have a pretty good setup here right now. You know, a lot of people say drag all the firewood poles up here to the yard and cut them up. But you know, if you've got a 25 or 30 foot firewood pole, by the time you're cutting the end over there, you're going to pick those pieces up way over there and you're walking 30 feet over here to the splitter. Plus you're tripping over stuff, you're falling over stuff. I like this system right here. It's neat and clean, and it works really well. You know, we went out there in less than an hour, got this firewood, split it up, and we're also getting a firewood bucket. That'll be coming next week. I'm really anxious to try that out. That will go on either the RK37 or the RK55, and you'll be able to go right into that big pile of firewood that we're splitting, get a real good sized bucket load, dump it right in the dump trailer, or take it over to where you're going to stack, whatever.
What's it look like?
It's a bucket, you know, like on the front of the tractor, but there's slots in it. So the slots will be like 3 inches or 3.5 inches wide, and I think there's even teeth on it, and it's real flat and long. It's like 46 inches long. It's got sides on it. It's a regular bucket. Oh, is it like cupping? Like? No, it's a flat bucket, but the idea is with the slots in it, you go into the pile, all the little stuff falls out. Okay. And the way it's designed, it's nice and flat. You ought to be able to get a good bucket load. People have asked, you know, does the Grapple work grabbing this firewood? No, it does not. I've tried running into it, you know, with the bucket on the RK55, and yeah, you'll get 20 pieces of wood in there or something like that. It's just awkward. Firewood is a lot of work no matter how you shake it, but any little thing you can do to speed things up is good. Am I boring you, Melissa? No, she's yawning. Did you see?
I've had a busy couple days.
She has. She's been working a lot lately. But no matter how you shake it, firewood is a lot of work, and I think we've found the way to simplify things for us and make it a lot easier. Between the Grapple, lifting logs off the ground, just everything. And I think the splitter with the conveyor is perfect for us right here. I really wouldn't have a need for a firewood processor here, unless you know, you could guarantee you're getting nice straight poles a certain length or something like that. I think this is the way to go, especially here in the east. But anyway, the point of this whole video, I don't even know if I got to this Wolf Ridge splitter, if you want to see this one and other ones, next weekend at the Paul Bunyan show over near Cambridge, Ohio at the Guernsey County Fairgrounds. Melissa and I will be there on Friday, most of the day probably, and all day Saturday, and we will be at the Wolf Ridge booth. And Chris is a great guy. He really is. And you know, if you're kind of on the fence debating on whether you'd want to buy something like this, that would be an opportunity for you to see them run and actually get your hands on one and kind of check them out. So if you live, you know, within a couple hours of Guernsey County, Ohio, it would be worth the trip. And you get to meet us, and we would love to meet you.
We would be thrilled. Yeah,
we really would.
It would be exciting.
And by the way, the whole thing about, you know, going over there and seeing these splitters, I really don't care if you buy one or not, but I know everybody that has bought one, and all the emails and messages we got, guys love these things. They really do. So if you sell firewood for a living, and or you go through lots of firewood, you and your family, your neighbors, something like that, and you're in the market for a heck of a machine, you may want to go check these out. Totally up to you. I don't care one way or another. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to give you the opportunity, if you're on the fence thinking about buying one, you can go see them. But more importantly, we get to talk, and we will see you over there, because we have had a blast meeting people.
It's been fun.
We were at Bunyan last year.
Yeah.
And then Buck and Stock, Boonville this year, the Jeep Invasion in Butler, and we just met tons of nice people. We really have. And
incredible.
We're looking forward to meeting more of you next weekend. If you're planning on coming, let us know in the comments. So far there's been a bunch of people that say they are.
Nice messages.
And the Paul Bunyan Show, just so you know, it's like a logging and woodlot expo. Everything from log splitters, chainsaws, forestry equipment, tub grinders, anything you can think of. There'll be chainsaw carving, all sorts of stuff, and we'd like to see you there if you can make it.
Yeah.
You have anything you want to add? I've been doing a lot of talking here.
No.
You know. All right.
It's getting dark.
It is getting dark. It's getting dark early. But anyway, like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks.
See ya.